All right, starting with the markets, SPY as usual. We see that we're still grinding higher. Again, volume is increasing a little bit, but let's kind of see what the uh, intraday is giving us. Shoot, let's look at the 30-minute. We can see that today's price action was pretty much just a drop, came back in. Um, and last week was pretty much, you could see what last week was just from seeing this is pretty much a very, very light week. Annoying. I actually took Friday off because it was just so sideways. There's not much going on. So again, holiday week, kids going back to school, so the volume usually is a little bit lighter on that aspect. Looking at the weekly, we can see the volume is drying up per se, and that's why I've been saying from last week that we're not looking to exit positions, but tighten stops on existing positions. New positions you have to be cautious with because I am expecting some type of, just healthy pullback. Again, the market is, I wouldn't say even, some people say the market is always right. I say the market is, period. It is what it is. It can be, you have to be very, very, very quick on your toes and just because I say that the stuff is lightning doesn't mean that it's, again, time to just go short or anything like that. That would definitely not be an intelligent thing to do. But we have to see because of last week's light action, choppy, 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 weekly action. You can see the volume has been dying off a little bit. See where it goes from there. Again, this was a great move from this lows that we talked about. Pretty much gave some great price action. I mean, if you're talking, you're talking about 3% move, pretty good if you have some options on it, quite honestly. And we're just going from there. So the QQQ continues to grind higher. Looking at the 30-minute, you can see pretty much it closed near the highs. So that's a pretty good sign. And again, same type of stuff from last week. You can see it's pretty much was just trading very sideways. You got, look at that. That's not a lot of movement right there at all. If you extend it out, I mean, it popped up above, but this is not a good price action. So we're above it, testing about the tops of it, pull back, and let's see where we could go from there. I mean, again, let's see if something has some type of legs to go there. You can see a sideways consolidation, but again, it was more from here, or even if you kind of, I'm not sure. But again, it's the tighten stops, and we said that for a lot of open positions that we had, and going from there. So the Russell, again, this one out the group, really, kind of pretty much same thing, same just whoop whoop. I mean, intraday probably gave some great action for the guys that played intraday, but again, for people that are looking to swing trade this stuff, which I'm actually going to transition more into that. A little, if you're holding on, you're holding on, good. But if it's something that we just kind of want to see some pop, but again, it does have the higher lows in place, and it's continuing this little channel. So you can see this, little channel right here, channel right here. We just want to see what the weekly is giving us. And again, you can see this volume is really weak. This one is more concerning again because if it breaks these lows and they have the weak volume, tomorrow's Wednesday, shortened week, breaks this low, it could be concerning because now you have a lower high from there. All the other indexes aren't saying that, so it's something to be aware of. Same thing, sideways consolidation action, weakening volume. The volume does not mean, again, that you go short. It's to say we're tightening stops on existing positions that are working, and if they made a great profit, we're not going to be a pig about it. Yes, the market is alluring to most because it has unlimited reward potential, but that doesn't mean it's going to give you the whole reward in 1 or 2 bars or 3 or 4 weeks. So and again, don't worry if you leave a little bit of money on the table. No one could guess the exact top or bottom or anything like that. I do forecast time and dates, but again, they're not going to be exact. It's something to have in the forefront of your mind as well. You can check out those things. I actually did 2. I'm looking to do another one probably on Microsoft. I have a couple of friends that are asking me that work for Microsoft what they could do because they get some shares and stuff like that. So Apple continuing higher, looking great. Again, I would just be tightening my stop up because the entry is actually around 90, 95. So you're up almost $10 on that position. That's a good thing, and the volume is increasing. Looking good. Weekly still, looking decent. Again, I would be tightening stops, and I think that's just the intelligent thing to do for this one if you're still in. Twitter actually gave the buy right here. Might have stopped me out here because I would have looked to probably get in above this high, and it probably would have dinged me. I didn't do full analysis work on this one as well, so I don't know if there was some underlining, um, you know, support that I probably wasn't looking at. But again, that's just my little quirky stuff that I work on. But Twitter is looking good. Yelp, congratulations, Andy, is doing really well. This one is working out pretty well. Facebook, congratulations, Uncle Ben. He is actually in this trade, somebody I actually trade with, and he's held. I mean, this was a hell of a hold too, because you can see it's just been sideways for a while, but the volume finally woke up. Let's see if we could have a nice continuation pattern and shoot more to the upside from there. Netflix again. I would be peeling some profits, quite honestly, if you haven't gotten any already. We talk about this one from the 425 area, and you could check my post regarding that. This one is paid well, and I wouldn't be a pig about it. I would just be tight and maybe put a little bit of space if you have some runners underneath here, and see where it goes from there. Again, on the weekly, you can see its volume is kind of just dying down a little bit, but this is the reason why I don't want to trade the breakouts, because you can see people get all foamy about this cup and handle, but I would wait for something. I actually want to buy this part of the cup. I don't want to wait till the top of this. Microsoft, a friend of mine, I think I have to do some more analysis on this one as well. This again would probably be the cup and handle orgasm that a lot of people really look for. I'm not sure. Again, I would want to get more on this level and see where it goes from there. And we'll see regarding how this one works out. Again, the stops, an obvious stop, and the thing is, I don't like to do obvious stops because those are the easiest to get taken out. If you're already in this one, you should be tightening stops, but to initiate something here on a breakout of this high is not my cup of tea. ExxonMobil broke down. Oil actually broke down pretty hard today, which is awesome for gas prices. I think it was down almost $3 on the crude futures, so that's a pretty good sign. Chevron actually gave you can see it's breaking this support, pretty much this uptrend line. It's not perfect, but again, nothing in trading is. So we'll see how this one works out. If you look at the weekly, maybe this is saying, okay, it's coming back here. Let's see if it could break this. It looks like it's breaking this low, but this would be the lower high if you kind of did this right here from this high to this high, but you're kind of pushing knowing that you got a lot of support underneath. So maybe you would want to break below, and then same thing I always talk about. Some people don't want to be patient, or just say, listen, I'm not going to wait that long. That's fine. Trade the way you want. But something like that would be more attractive if it could break below, because I'm not trading a breakout. And if you trade below these lows, it's just you're trading a breakout, and it could come back and squeeze you very, very quickly and then shoot to the downside. So that's kind of what we have going on here, because this is Captain Obvious support. It held it, but you can see it's kind of really weakening out. So we'll see how the price action goes from there. We just want some volume to kick in so we can start seeing some movement up or down and go from there. All right, take care.